G'day, Lucas here again, and kicking off the sales process improvement journey. I mentioned yesterday I'm going to be doing a deep dive into the entire sales process improvement, projects that we take on with our clients, what we've done internally from a number of years, and what we do to improve companies from the ground up, essentially reinventing their entire process. So I'm going to do a deep dive into the actual process that we go through. And then you guys can take away and start implementing it. Today is not really show and tell. Today is more of just a conversation. Not much I can really show you today because it's about preparing you. But over the couple of coming days, you'll see the deep dive to physically implement. But the first thing you need to start thinking around is why should you improve your sales process? And so I really want to dive into a couple of different topics here today, but we'll start with the efficiency and the optimization around the efficiency increasing from a sales process point of view. And so this is all around streamlining your sales process because it can really significantly add value and enhance the productivity across your whole organization. What I've learned over the last 10, 15 years is sales teams, sales people, sales managers, they love to sell. They love to win the deal. They love to get that transaction across the line. But when it comes to paperwork, updating systems, if you ever want to do reporting, it's not non-existent, right? So and so the idea about putting systems and strategy in place to try and automate this is so you get the salespeople doing what they love, which is being in front of customers and closing a deal, and we take all the mundane, what we call the boring stuff away from them, which is all what I call paperwork. But essentially updating systems, contacts, deals, etc. But the optimization piece is really key to ensure that your sales cycle is always actually moving along the pipeline, but it really just allows your team to focus on sales and remove all the mundane stuff from their world. What that also does is it increases the customer experience. The reason I say this is because then if you have people that in front of customers more, building relationships, they're all about, and I say they're humans, the sales team, they're all about exceeding the customer expectation, right? They want to build that relationship. They really want to make the customer feel extremely loved. And so if you're removing that mundane aspect away from them, they can spend more time there. And what that does is enhance the customer experience. So you really want to get the optimization right. You want to get the customer experience right. And you know what that means to your business? It increases your bottom line. The more your sales team is selling, the more money is in your bank account. The end. So simple. And so when we're starting to put systems in place, we can then start measuring and monitoring all aspects of the customer lifecycle, from when they first got engaged with your business, whether it be by a webinar, by an online form, by a LinkedIn Live, whatever it might be, all the way through to when the deal get closed. So then you can have all that analytics that will really give you the information you need to be able to replicate it and do it again. So that's the focus of why we're going to be diving into the sales process improvement, because I've just seen this work so well in so many companies over the years. And the second part around that is diving into the actual technology. This is my space. This is what I've been doing for the last 10 years from a HubSpot sales process improvement perspective, but also from a Salesforce and Pipedrive and any other sales system that you have in there, or they have access to, but leveraging technology, right? So yes, you can still use Excel spreadsheets and you can still use your notepads. No dramas there. But the more you leverage technology, once you put automation in place, the outcome that you'll see, the ROI to your business will be 10-fold, 100-fold within a few months, because systems can automate all the mundane tasks that salespeople don't like doing, but it can also give the business and the business owner all the data and information they can see to make decisions, and utilizing that data from sales activities. For example, and I'll do some screen sharing with some dashboards in the next couple of sessions. But for example, you'll be able to see how many calls you make, how many LinkedIn messages you send, what the conversion rate is, the response rate, all the critical data points activity points that you want to be able to manage and monitor your sales team, you'll have that in your fingertips. You'll be able to pull up your mobile phone, bring up the app, and you'll be able to see exactly what's happening in your business any day of the week, month, straight away. Once you have all the data and you're leveraging technology, then the training aspect, and you might think this is a bit off the cuff, but the training aspect of your team is it becomes like second nature, right? Because when you want to onboard a new salesperson, you haven't got to spend days, weeks training them up to learn your processes and learn your systems and learn how you've always done things and how you've always sold. Essentially, you're bringing in a salesperson and going, here it is, spend a couple of hours reviewing our scripting and our processes and everything else we have in the business. Just dive into all of that. And then once you do that, then essentially you can just keep onboarding more salespeople, right? Because it's just a rinse and repeat process. It just makes life so much easier. So that's the main focus is around why we want to implement a salesperson into a business, the strategies around it, which is really the technology, the data-driven decisions, the training and development. And so I really want you to think about, if you haven't thought about your sales process previously, and I'll dive into this series, we'll dive into the nuts and bolts around how you go about doing this. But what I want you to really think about is, what is your current sales process? Why do you think you should reinvent your current sales process? And objectives or outcomes you'd love to see from doing that. Because I want to do this live. I want people to be engaged. I want people to follow along. And I want to see some amazing outcomes. Essentially, what I'm giving you is giving you 10, 15 years of experience of what I normally, consult and charge for with my clients. I want you to take this away and physically go and implement it immediately. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Stay tuned and let's dive into the actual detail around implementing a sales process. I might skip a few days because after I do the first one and the second one, you'll need homework to go and do. So I might split it up so then it gives you some time to physically implement this as well. All right, cheers, guys.